What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, first I got a big warning on the upcoming stimulus package. We have some news on what we are potentially going to see when it comes to the final infrastructure bill. We now know there's a new Democrat that is mainly in charge of what is going on, and this is a little bit surprising, but we also have some talks of that Social Security boost. So we have some good news here. I want to break down what's currently going on, but again, just understand as talks progress, usually they start to fall apart first, and then Congress will push the deals through. So as of right now, things are looking like they're potentially going to fall apart. But again, this is somewhat good news because that's normally how these bills actually go and work. So it's not great, but this is the process that Congress goes through. And if you're sick and tired of this exact same thing, trust me, I'm with you. But these are the people that we voted into office. So as of right now, this is exactly how we're going to get through this. But here's what I can tell you. Tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the CPI data is going to come out. Expectations as of right now, economists are predicting that the CPI data is going to come out, and this is going to show a month-over-month increase of 0.4%. Okay, you're probably thinking, oh, that's pretty high. Well, that's the good news, right? This would actually be a 6.2% over the 12-month period. So this is much higher than what many people were expecting. Right now, the Federal Reserve is wanting to maintain inflation at 2%. And this is telling us 6.2%. That's insane. It's much higher than what they're wanting. But here's what you need to understand. That 0.4% month over month, that is by taking out trade services, energy, and food. Okay? Three very big sectors. Here's what I can tell you. If we include these back in, inflation sits at 0.6% month over month and 8.6% over the preceding 12 months. Okay? Over the past 12 months at 8.6%. That is huge. That's insane. That is insane considering that the Federal Reserve wants to maintain at 2%. But here's the thing. If we're at 8.6% with inflation, but yet wages are only coming up 1 to 2%, that means we are actually underpaid by potentially 6.6 to 7.6%. So this is the reason why many people are saying, what's the point of me going back or going to get my exact same job back? Why would I even do that? What's the purpose? Because as of right now, they're going to pay me less than what I should be getting paid right now. I haven't kept up with inflation. It's creating other issues. But here's what we know. According to Senator Joe Manchin, he says he will not support a social safety net bill that doesn't strengthen the social programs and only tries to expand them. Here's the problem. This is a social safety net bill, but yet he doesn't want to expand any of these bills. He doesn't want to really expand the child tax credit payments. He is in support of them. They have helped, but he really wants to see some type of means testing there. And other Democrats say, no, that we can't do this. He also wants to see paid family leave. He wants to see that there's means testing there as well, right? He wants to see that this money, these funds, these additional benefits are going to those in need, not just every single person as a more of a blanket approach. It's easier, but it's not more effective. And it actually costs more money. So here's what we know. When Senator Joe Manchin said he wants to see that these programs are pretty much shored up, not expanded, shored up, right? So that these continue to provide for the American people for years, right? For decades, not just the next 5 to 10 years. So this is mainly a dig at Medicare and Social Security, but here's the problem. He hasn't come out and said that he wants to see hearing included into Medicare and expand Medicare with hearing. That's not what he wants. He actually wants to just shore up Medicare, not expand it, not this time. And he already said he can't give more right now. We can't give more to Social Security because right now they're expected to become insolvent by 2036. He says that's not the right move to provide an additional $200 per month to Social Security beneficiaries. That's not the way to go. So he doesn't support that. But here's what we're expecting tomorrow. The CPI data comes out tomorrow. Okay, this is going to give us a good indication of where Senator Joe Manchin stands. If the CPI data comes out as high as we are expecting, and we are going to continue to see inflation, what we can assume is Senator Joe Manchin, he is going to hold off on trying to get this bill passed anytime soon. He's going to want to wait until past the first of the year. He's going to wait till 2022. He's not going to be in a rush. But if we see the numbers come in as expected, or we see deflation, which I don't anticipate, then we could see this would be a signal for a better start. Okay, this would pretty much be now we have the ability to really push these things through and potentially get closer to a deal on the $1.75 trillion infrastructure bill. But this is why the CPI data that comes out tomorrow is so important. Okay, but that's not the only thing that's important. Here's what we learned today, and this was a major blow to progressives. Progressives have been saying we need to get this $1.75 trillion infrastructure bill passed as soon as possible. They wanted to link these two bills together. The $1.75 trillion infrastructure bill, which they still haven't even voted on in the House or the Senate. We don't even actually have the full text of that either, which is very discouraging, right? Because they keep changing it. And then we got the $1.2 trillion bipartisan bill, which already passed. That passed the House and the Senate, right? Here's the problem. We're waiting on the CBO score. That's the big thing. We're waiting on the Congressional Budget Office to score the $1.75 trillion bill. However, and at first, hearing this, you're probably thinking, okay, good. We've been hearing it's coming out this week. Well, according to the reports, what has been coming out this week is just a small portion of the score. They're only going to score a small portion of this bill because they say that there are portions that have to be scored first before other portions can be scored later. Here's the exact statement from the director of the Congressional Budget Office. He says, and I quote, "We anticipate releasing estimates for individual titles of the bill as we complete them, some of which will be released this week. Other estimates will take longer, particularly for provisions in some titles that interact with those in other titles. When we determine a release date for the cost estimate for the entire bill, we will provide advance notice." So, here's the problem. According to multiple House Democrats, this simply means there's not going to be a vote this week, which we've known that. There will not be a vote next week because, well, we have to get the CBO score in order to get the moderates on board. Well, how do we get the moderates on board without a CBO score? We can't. Can't do it. So the expectation is we're not going to have a vote next week. Even Ilhan Omar came out and posted a tweet. Okay, she tweeted and said, simply, this means no vote next week. Okay, and I can pretty much confirm I don't anticipate a vote happening next week. I don't anticipate a vote happening next week, mainly because we need the CBO score. I expect the CPI data is going to come in worse than expected, and if it does, Senator Joe Manchin is going to dig his heels in. Okay, so here's where things get very interesting. All throughout today and even a little bit yesterday, we kept hearing many lawmakers indicate that they're waiting for Senator Joe Manchin to pretty much make the calls, give us an idea of what he's willing to accept. Senator Joe Manchin is listening to what the moderates in the House want. He's listening to what Senator Kyrsten Sinema wants. But at this time, according to many experts, Joe Manchin is the one Democrat who holds all the power at this time. Not Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, not even close. Not Nancy Pelosi, right? Even though she has more power than Senator Joe Manchin in the House, that's not what people are worried about. They're worried about the Senate. How do we get something passed through the Senate? Well, got to go through Senator Joe Manchin. Senator Chuck Schumer, he would simply go with his party. He would go with the majority and vote as they vote. Senator Joe Manchin will go against his party if it's not something that he believes in. Well, what about President Biden? He should be the one calling all the shots, right? Well, wrong. According to experts, Senator Joe Manchin is telling President Biden what needs to be in this bill and what they should be taking out. And according to reports that we've seen over the past couple of weeks, according to many of them, President Biden is just going with the flow and allowing the Senate to dictate what is actually in this bill. And it's not Senator Bernie Sanders who helped craft the $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. It's Senator Joe Manchin that's calling all the shots. So here's what I can tell you. Everybody's just going to sit and wait around until Senator Joe Manchin decides what he's willing to accept. And that's creating a big issue, especially with Senator Bernie Sanders, who is totally against doing this and wants to pass this bill immediately. But here's what I think is very interesting. Last week, Senator Joe Manchin said that holding a bill hostage and now is not really how Congress works, and we should not be playing these games. But, and again, this is just coming from me, I don't remember a time when a senator, not even the Senate Majority Leader, had this much power. Okay? They were pushing around the other senators, trying to get their own agenda passed. I don't remember a time, but let me know. Okay? I'm still fairly young, so maybe that's just me, but let me know. Do you remember a time where a senator who was not the Senate Majority Leader had this much power? Because honestly, I don't. I can't remember a single time. So I'm just curious if you know this. Now, let's talk about that Social Security boost. Okay, here's what is going on right now. Multiple lawmakers are pushing to get more for those on Social Security. It doesn't mean we're going to get a higher cost of living adjustment. That's not the way this works because, well, that's already been decided on. That's not going to go up. Okay, the cost of living adjustment for 2022 is going to be 5.9%, which is still pretty good. However, here's what they are saying. Lawmakers are saying right now they want to see greater limits put on how people who get Medicare or Social Security benefits, we need to make sure that they are getting the majority of their income, the majority of their benefits, not having to pay some back. Because it's crazy that, okay, there's a cost of living adjustment at 5.9%, but then Medicare Part D goes up, you got to pay more there. As you make more money, you got to pay more back, right? It's insane how this works. It's really just a way to keep people on Social Security and Medicare poor, in poverty. That's all it is. So what we're hearing is that some lawmakers want to see greater limits on how much people spend for Medicare. They also want to see that the $166 cap or that $2,000 yearly cap for Medicare, this is actually reduced, which would allow people to save more money. But let me just point this out. If you don't know the $166 or $2,000 per year cap, what I'm talking about, this was one of the provisions that was put into the bill to actually allow Medicare to lower the price of prescription drug medication. So that's where that's coming from. So this actually hasn't passed yet. This is still part of the upcoming human infrastructure bill, but it has been included as of right now. So they say that those on Social Security that can work should be allowed to work, and this should be allowed without reducing their benefits. Because if people that are able to work, who do collect Social Security and Medicare, right, whatever, that if they can work and there's millions of open jobs, but yet there's so many people that aren't willing to work or don't want to work, but yet somebody that is getting benefits from the federal government, if they're willing to work, we should allow them to work. What's this going to do? This is going to put more money in their pocket, right? They're going to pay more in taxes, right? It's going to help out the federal government, and it's going to help out our economy because now these jobs that were previously opened, that some were saying that the reason why they can't open their restaurant for, X amount of hours, or they have to close their store a little bit early, is simply because they don't have the workers. But if they can now get the workers, it's just going to benefit everybody. So that's what they're saying. Let's provide more to those that are willing to do more. Also, what we know is this $200 per month boost that President Biden has promised over his election campaign. This is not going to happen. We know this is not going to happen because we know in the Senate, they're not going to allow this. We also are hearing that right now, they say we need to provide more tax breaks. This would be extremely beneficial to people on Social Security. They say that right now we need to implement more. We need to implement more benefits to people that are struggling, because people on Social Security have not received the same benefits and assistance that other people have received over the course of this pandemic. But they asked the question, how can we implement all these things on such a tight Congress? How is this going to work? How would we actually get this through? Because as of right now, they say it would be extremely difficult. So the good news is there are still talks that are moving forward, but they're moving forward very slowly. So as we know more regarding this upcoming infrastructure bill, what is on the table for people with Social Security benefits or with Medicare, elderly, veterans, people with children, families, and just individuals, I promise I will keep you updated on everything that we're hearing. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.